All right, hello everyone. I'm going to go ahead and record a tutorial for how to use Schoology conferences. Um, Go ahead and log into your Schoology account, and on the left-hand side, there's a conferences tab. Go ahead and click on that right underneath Aries. Create a new conference, and this is where you'll name it with maybe the date and the course name that you're trying to hold that conference for. So for now, I'm just going to name it tutorial, and then I'm going to go ahead and set the time for today. And it really doesn't really matter what time you start it, make it start at. You can always manually start the conference whenever you feel like it. Go ahead and create, and then start conference. It will do a microphone. I'll do a microphone join in for audio. And if for your students, you can go ahead and they can select microphone as well if you want them to be able to contribute and talk during the conference. I do suggest that you enable microphone or ask them to enable microphone. That way they don't have to go through the echo test later to see if it works or not. They can do this as soon as they join into the conference. And of course, you can always mute all of them or ask them to mute their microphones so you eliminate any background noise. I'll go ahead and allow the microphone. Sometimes you might run into some problems performing the echo test. If it doesn't work, give it thumbs down. So it does prompt you to go ahead and fix the problem. So right now it's not working. I'll put that I can't hear myself. And the reason is because the microphone source is selected to be the Elmo. That's not an audio device. So I'm going to change it to internal microphone. Here we go. Now the internal microphone is working, the built-in one to the computer. And then this is the audio. Make sure it's working. Go ahead and retry. And now the echo test should hopefully work. Now what I did tell my student, okay, here we go, it's working. Okay, so I had sent my students a remind earlier last night that I'll be holding a conference at 11. You can also, if you don't have them signed up for remind, you can send them a message through Aries Communication to let them know that you're holding a conference. If they can attend, great. If not, they can always watch the playback. But in order for that playback to be available, you have to start recording the session, which I will do right now. So I'm going to click start recording. Make sure you do this at the very beginning. And now the session is being recorded. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure that my screen is being shared with everyone so they can see everything that I'm doing on the screen. I don't have to keep changing things back and forth. So go ahead and share screen. And you're going to select this right here and then hit share. You're going to see duplicates of the screen because you're sharing one screen within another screen within another screen. So it's just never ending. I know it's a little annoying, but I haven't figured out a way to fix this yet. Right here, you can see the public chat. So anything your students say will be posted in here, or sorry, anything that they type. Over here, you'll see all the users that are currently logged into the conference room. And if you'd like to go ahead and use your camera, for example, to share things with them, all you got to do is just start your camera or maybe have it set up from beforehand. And now that you're sharing your camera, you can actually write whatever it is you need to write. And they'll be able to see this half of the screen as your camera, and then the other half of the screen is going to be your conference room and the chat and the names of the users that are currently logged in. This seemed to work really well. Students were able to see it really well. If you want to go ahead and have your camera cover the full screen, even better, but that way you won't be able to see who's typing what if you need to respond during the time that you're explaining something on the Elmo. I'll go ahead and minimize this a little bit. And then again, I can still see what's going on in the chat room. Once you're done with your camera, you can go ahead and minimize it. I do suggest that you try out the camera to make sure it's working beforehand because it's been giving me some problems every now and then. Um, And once you're done with your lesson, if you want to go ahead and play a certain game with your students, which I did try out yesterday and today, it worked really nice. I opened up a Kahoot web browser. Again, I made sure that it's separate from the other browser that I have my Schoology conference running on. Moved it a little bit to the side so it takes up about half the screen. You can go ahead and start the game. They can hear the audio, they can interact, they can log in, join the game, play the game all the way through, and this got them really engaged, and they just felt like there, still something fun out there to look forward to besides just learning and being here interacting with one another. Um, Once you're done with this, you can go ahead and close it up and then go back to your conference page. You can go ahead and stop sharing, and this way only this Schoology conference page is being shared, nothing else on your screen. So if you do switch off screens right now, they'll only see the Schoology screen. Once you're done, you can go ahead and stop recording, and from now on, nothing will be recorded. So um, they can still see everything you're doing, but you're not recording it anymore. Go ahead and hit the options tab once you're done with the conference and meeting, and then make sure you click yes, and then you're good. If you want to give it feedback, now you go back to your conferences tab later, a little bit later on. It doesn't do it right away, but it will later show under the completed tab right here. So you see active, those are the ongoing or scheduled ones. Completed is what you've done already and you have recorded. I actually recorded another tutorial a few minutes ago, but the audio didn't work out. I guess it wasn't recording what I was saying on the microphone. Hopefully this one will. Once I'm done, I'll find out. You can hit play and they can watch everything that you recorded during that conference period. That's pretty much it. If you guys need any additional help, let me know. And if I can help, I'll be more than happy to do so. Enjoy.